lives and breathes in Texas. So Fort Worth, let us hear why Counter-Strike comes to Texas!
And the semifinals are live. Dust 2, and we've already got a little bit of aggression. Wonderful up middle. Navi's gonna be starting on this CT side as they attempt to quell this incredible push from FaZe into these playoffs. Out towards Long, and they're not slowing down. They're coming in quick. Long is already smoked, the cross is already up. Alexi and Ema playing in behind it. Brokey throwing support utility, shuffling in. And no one providing resistance just yet, but now they found themselves in the A-bomb site.
All over the site, bomb plant gonna be coming through. LXV slips away back into a CT spawn, and Emma's just gonna wait on down towards CT. So Makaze setting up for the utility. Smoke gonna go in towards the site. And time to start this retake for Navi. It's gonna be Jacob's first kill. Emma cast aside, they move in. It's gonna be Makaze finally entering the kill heat feed here for Navi, but the kill's down towards CT, and it's all about Vincere frozen again, but Big back, and headshots again. Dual Berettas looking for
Exactly what FaZe needed is the hot start. And again, you get this kid, Natus, coming into this lineup. How impressive has he been delivering important kills, big clutches for FaZe through this run. Adds another big this-around clutch. And a team with this new lineup, Blake spoke about it coming together. We saw yesterday, love playing with momentum. It's a great strength of theirs, and you've got started in a positive note.
Great to see the pistol here for FaZe, but the issue is they've still got to go with another buy up against you, right? The force buys come in here for Navi. It's got a rifle here for Emma, scout for Wonderful, and we know what the likes of Bit and Makaze can do on these Deagles.
Absolutely. Bit and Makaze, they're going to have a huge, huge role to play throughout this series. Makaze, such a strong player he's become inside this Navi lineup. The impact he's able to have for this team. Now he brings up an interesting point on the desk of the structure of Navi and the ability of FaZe to kind of break out in the way that they kind of approach things differently. There's going to be moments in this game where Navi are going to have to meet that kind of improv, that kind of disorder, like that individual style. You're going to have to be aggressive. Break out of your own foundations to fight fire with fire. FaZe at the moment now, just relaxing in middle. They've got complete control, no pressure. Navi content to sit back and wait.
Up through Cat, putting utility down towards him. He'll use a smoke. Want to just slow them down, lock them out. So now FaZe know they're up against something at least on the other side. They've got Utah, Deagles out for a spin in mid. Let's see if FaZe can break through it. Two smokes have gone through, one towards CT and one for that B ramp cross.
All right, around the edge, this is a dangerous point. Makaze dropped.
Good reactions from Twist. Now it's Bit, the last hope. The Bastion defense on the B-bomb side. He's gone. Twist is able to get rid of it. At least a kill coming through the smoke from Mima, but at this point for Navi, surely just the save. You can't go for this. You got to back away. You got to save these weapons, and FaZe could have got to 2-0.
Might be kind of enticing to try and find that AK-47, but they backed all the way off. Feel like maybe FaZe is going to push forward to protect it. So 3 saved weapons will come into the next round for Navi's defense. Nice easy round from FaZe. Nothing too crazy. Grouped up with mid control. And you march on in. And yeah, I mean, you know, all the new lineup and all the kind of disorganization and the rough run that FaZe have been on coming into Dallas, I think it's easy to kind of like forget that this team and this core of so much experience, yeah, they're still gonna have the basic ideas on maps, right? It's not like they're gonna be completely lost with everything coming into this. It's gonna be the protocols, it's gonna be the details, it's gonna be if Navi can be disruptive enough to make them kind of make decisions that they haven't planned out before. And that'll be the big question throughout this half, throughout this series. So far, so good for FaZe, up 2-0.
At least with Navi saving some of the weapons, they still have a chance in this next round, but this is such an important kill. You see Makaze looking in the right direction and Twist slowly creeping around the side of the smoke. You think that's the opening for the Deagle. Makaze might just pick him off, and from that point onwards, who knows what would happen.
Well, now what do you want to do with the M4 if you're Ema? If you're Navi and Ema, do you want to actually challenge? Do you want to see if he can get you an early kill? And yep, that's the answer.
Yeah, just send him up top middle, try and get him involved in some fights early on here.
Yeah, he's still sticking with it despite hearing the AWP. So now pushed up towards middle. Brokey might be in trouble without even realizing it. And Ema is going to keep up the aggression. Navi, or excuse me, FaZe split across the map. 2 players out long, 2 players in the B tunnels.
Brokey, looking in the right direction. Ema getting ever closer. Brokey not ready for this, not ready for this at all. going to be so disappointed. Brokey gets away with that one. And Brokey's even got a little smile on his face for checking it. He's going to hold as well. Might get another one on this top mid push.
Oh, close. The legs show. But that one kill on Ima negates really any chance that Na'Vi had of turning this round, especially spotting this follow-up aggression. Still nobody's moved from FaZe. They recognize that Na'Vi's trying to pull something off, trying to be a little bit sneaky, a little bit crazy. Wonderful's going to add a kill onto Twist. That's up middle with the scouts, and things get a little bit more difficult, and now a trade in tunnels.
Yeah, 5-7 coming through. Now
Bomb's
we have
isolated.
the next fight. It's going to be Brokey dropping Mikaze to a suicide. We got 40 seconds left. Frozen with that headshot should wrap things up. Alexi B, yes, the bomb is isolated, but he's stuck inside of tunnels. You've got plenty of players who can get over here now for FaZe.
You know, Frozen's probably only going to have this one kill in the round, but what an important one. When you have a 1-on-2, essentially a player in the bomb site, player flanking you, nowhere to go. Huge kill to grab. Wonderful, maybe just a quarter of a second too slow. So Alexi with a Galil. Not really a chance to go for this, so probably going to back off, looking if he can find one more. He wants that AWP, but Brokey's not going to give it to him. So 3-0 start for FaZe. And if you followed the descent of FaZe and the fall that they've had over the past few months, the conversations they've been having, releasing into FaZe content, statements and interviews, conversations after departures of teammates, it's been a lack of trust. It's been a breakdown of the trust and faith that the players of the team had in each other. All of that at this event seems to be switching. It's building back up now with Twist early on in this new in-game leadership role, coming back into it, new players entering the roster, but now that all of them are delivering, performing on the stage, that trust and that faith is growing. And that's what's making FaZe such a scary team now, a scary prospect in these playoffs.
See another factor yesterday, which is Brokey's start on Dust 2. A good one here, 2 kills so far. And that AWP is going to be sitting passive at the moment. It's going to be the long players moving out here for FaZe. Twist and Jacob. Got a reaction for Na'Vi. They're going to start taking some of the tunnel's control away, but Nature's waiting. Got the angle, they come in towards him. Mikaze steps forward too quickly, and in fact, he gets to. Frozen's dead as well, and that's the bomb down in the tunnel. So, disaster here for FaZe. The round's pretty much blown wide open, and it looks very tough to recover from this point.
Yeah, that's a huge push. I mean, I wonder if Na'Vi maybe felt like there were going to be more bodies out long, and they wanted to kind of close the map off. That's the classic reaction. But finding the bomb is just the cherry on top. This round feels not done, but it's just brutal for FaZe if you want to try and come back into this. You got a minute to address the situation. Maybe you can get lucky enough to clean this up without taking too many losses. The problem is Wonderful and Ima now pushed in middle. So much information for Na'Vi.
The last hope is to throw the smoke onto the bomb, see if you can sneak in and take it. Na'Vi showing they've got plenty of utility just to fend you off, and now FaZe realize there's no way of getting back into this round.
Well, Na'Vi just realized they don't have to do anything. They've stalled out. You can actually back off, and there's such a small chance. You know they're likely gonna have to come to this B bomb site. Vince gonna back away, takes a flight. That's a good kill on a Jacob, and that's the round sealed. No more even attempts of an idea for FaZe. So 3-1, Na'Vi's on the board for the first time in these semifinals. And seeing some aggression mixed into the early Na'Vi game plan. The Emo push with the M4 in round 3.
Yeah, that was great to see. The push up, and then Mikaze's success, taking both players in the tunnels. You think maybe he gets the one, but the fact that Frozen was there, you think he gets that trade, but Mikaze able to get both is an overperformance to Na'Vi. They can be very happy about Mikaze getting into the tunnel. Second kill as Frozen was distracted.
Well, they're going to love that kind of production out of him. Mikaze is the #1 rated player of the event. He's the highest rated. He's been the best player statistically at the event so far. Wonderful, actually, on Na'Vi is second as well. So 2 very important players, critical to Na'Vi's success, performing extremely well this past week in Texas.
Yeah, and when we've seen them perform at Pro League back in Stalker, it was that combination as well, right? Wonderful and Mikaze that made them look so deadly. So great to see that recipe coming together for Na'Vi.
Brokey with a quick shot actually tags Fit on the cross, so he's tagged down to 19 HP for the remainder of the round. A little bit frustrating. We'll see how he chooses to play. Feels like they want to slide him over to the A bomb site and hide him. Maybe park him out towards long and Pit. Ima's going to slide over and shift to change positions.
Yeah, Frozen making his way through the mid door. Strong position to get already. See if he can activate right away. He will. Ima dead first, so Na'Vi have the advantage. Or rather FaZe, and now At the moment, Wonderful's going to try and change that fact. So he's moved out towards long. You'll get the scope up and have to push forward with the Lexi B. There's always a reaction for Navi's defense so far.
Oh, here we go. Pop flash peek in. Okay, he's actually vacated. Good call from Natus to just back out. Molotov to make sure the push can't come. Now Lexi now knows the position. Wonderful has everything on his shoulders.
Yeah, just waiting with the swap. They've already got by his crosshair. They've already got by, and he's missed a shot. But now he has the information, but the utility as well. Wonderful looking a little nervous in his spot right now. His teammates coming over to try and alleviate some of that pressure. Shadow cast against the wall. Wonderful. Trying to go forward, but Twist and Brokey. 3 kills quickly, and Twist again. That's the kind of performance you want to see out of Twist here in the semifinal. Good start here on Dust 2.
A very confident, measured hit from FaZe. They didn't get everything they wanted on the initial utility, on the initial peaks. They couldn't find Wonderful for some time, but they don't panic. They maintain composure through this hit, slowly progressing and reacting to all the information, all the pushes from Navi. I'll tell you what, too. One of the issues that FaZe felt like they had in the first time they played Navi, back in the group stage where they lost 0-2.
Right.
Twist had mentioned specifically, he felt like they were nervous. They had some first event jitters as this lineup. Players weren't making plays and being proactive the way they had been in practice. That play from Frozen, that's him being proactive. Those are the moves that Twist wants to see his players make. Frozen sliding out, sensing a gap, sensing a weakness, and then exploiting it to give them an advantage.
Well, timeout coming in, and Blade looking very vocal during it as well. He knows his team are coming into this next round. They'll still have a good buy available. And you're going to have Wonderful on the AWP, everybody on the rifles, but Blade not going to be too happy about what he's seeing at the moment. I mean, there has been positive signs for Na'Vi. It's just not fully together right now, and FaZe definitely fragging harder at the moment. Fantastic to see that level of firepower coming out.
I was talking to our boy Flom before the match went live. One thing I mentioned him, I think Navi's an extremely upsettable team. I think this is still a team sometimes that feels like they can be very varied in their performances. So I think an upset isn't as unlikely as you might expect coming into this, considering things.
Especially with FaZe playing with this confidence after winning some big games, right? The fact you've taken down Fury, you've taken down G2 on the path. Na'Vi aren't a team that are going to really make you feel a level of fear that is unconquerable. Utility going to go towards Wonderful, making him step back a little bit. He's got plenty of teammates here as well for Na'Vi at short.
Sliding back into the angle as the Molotov subsides. I like it. Wonderful, not wanting to give an inch here. Oh, they're going to be aggressive. Here's the push around the corner.
Yep, it's good. Imma goes into it. Twist could be taken away. Good shot back from Brokey. Advantage siding with Na'Vi as Wonderful descends down towards CT. The chase is in from Frozen, but he hasn't been able to get past that smoke. Slowed by the utility, but the release valve is over towards Long, and Wonderful realizes he needs to jump up and take that 1v1 fight against Brokey. So it's all on Jacob, who towards the end of the day yesterday really started to come into his own.
He was the closer of that series in overtime for sure. Let's see what he's got now. Problem is the bomb is just so far away.
Yeah, 30 seconds as well. Not a huge amount of time to make this work for Jacob.
No utility. I think if you had a smoke to block off Catwalk to go get that bomb with some safety, you might be able to make an argument for it. But now that this flank is coming in, yeah, there's no real options here. Bit.
Yeah, moves up. There's the head spotted. Jacob actually got it, but it's the time that's worrying me. 15 seconds.
He can plant.
He actually can get away to the plant. He's worried about the short peek coming in, but he has to commit to this now. Has to think about the plant. And here he goes. So just enough time to get that bomb down. So they run him forward. We got Mikaze coming in from short. He's being wrapped around on the ramp as well. And Mikaze will take the headshot to confirm the round victory for Na'Vi. I think if they lose that one, I think Blade is going to be extremely upset.
Yeah, frustrated. Well, Bit's going to be frustrated with that missed shot. Obviously, we know him to be just a mechanical genius in the game. That one he misses, fluffed his line a little bit. I like the pressure put on by Wonderful in the 2v1, forcing Jacob to take the peek out towards short, forcing his move into Mikaze's waiting arms. Timeout taken by FaZe to talk things over. 4-2. NK's going to try and get his boys fired up to put a stop to this. They haven't yet let Na'Vi get a streak of rounds together. Haven't yet let them build any momentum into this game. They've stopped them in their tracks after each and every win. But money's going to start getting sketchy for FaZe. Full investment into this round 7, but after this, money's gone. So critical round if you want to keep this T side rolling and try and bury Na'Vi early on in the semifinals.
Guys, good fucking shit. I like the energy. I like everything that we're showing so far. Keep it up. Full speed, full gas the entire fucking half.
All right, MK. Twist has mentioned, he makes it so much fun to be an in-game leader, and you can see the infectious energy he's trying to push throughout the team. Frozen looking for a push and lower at the moment, and there is one. Makaze is being aggressive. So is Ema off short. You have Wonderful out in mid with the AWP ready to react to any contact.
Mid-door smoke lands perfectly. Need to break it, Wonderful. Searching for some information. Makaze is going to retreat on that.
Yeah, it's a team nade. Makaze was just Wonderful was just breaking the smoke as Makaze was falling back. So a little unfortunate there, but happy to get Makaze out of the danger position when the Molotov comes in. And yet again for FaZe, they take control of the middle of the map. No pressure being applied. Alexi and Ema starting to slide up short.
Yeah, setting something up here, Na'Vi. We've seen this a number of times so far in this half. Aggression on different areas of the map. He's coming in short this time. Util clears it. Here's the sign to go. That's the ball on Broke. He keeps his head down as well. Making sure not to give it away.
They're kind of bottlenecked right now, though. All 5 players are here. They don't have a great presence on the map phase. So, I mean, you're going to be grouped up attacking either out mid to the B bomb site or you're going up short. 38 seconds left. Na'Vi trying to run the clock down as much as possible, slowing this play from FaZe. It's all going to be a fake.
Twist inside the smoke. Good nade. He's going to soften up a lot of FaZe. Time is limited. 25 seconds left. Here comes the play. Up through catwalk. Elective B only gets to one. Emma wins the fight in CT, and Wonderful chiming in. Okay. That's more like it. Wonderful, happy, shutting down this attack and putting Brokey in a 1v4. They're not letting him get comfortable in. Never letting him get away with it. Wonderful continues his good form into the semis. That's a great shot in the AWP to close it through the box as well.
Great recipe for success for Na'Vi as well. They executed perfectly. Take away the first initial option that FaZe is going for, stall them out, force Twist to improvise, force FaZe to make a decision as they change up the attack. All of a sudden, this play they want to make towards catwalk turns into Twist trying to lurk into CT spawn. They've got to come through a smoke on short. Everything's disorganized. Really well done from Na'Vi, and now they've grabbed a little bit of economic control as well as FaZe force back to pistols.
Some breathing room, and I mean, it's not just pistols, it's Glocks as well, right? So it should be a free round, no problem here. And FaZe taking one off, playing some football.
Careful with that here. Careful with that.
Yep.
There's only one football in this state.
All right, now I think Boyd's going to be happy to, after the timeout, the fact that Na'Vi have been able to get control of the game, at least for now. A positive turn.
This is nice. He's doing a good job.
Good ball control for sure. Okay, where are we going to go with this?
I guess they just take it out long.
Take it all the way.
Well, they're just going to wait for the smoke to clear, and then we'll get the game back on, you know? It's going to be fine.
Here we go. Oh, another smoke. It's out. No, Alexi, ruining all the fun. He's taking us up 3 kills, shutting down all the clocks. And at least we had a round off. But here we go, tied game. Or tied ball game, I guess.
Tied ball game, yeah, we'll go with that one right now. 4-4. Bai comes back in. So I don't even know what kind of a timeout we're going to call that one. Not a French timeout, some kind of crazy timeout. Talking things over as they kick the ball around. Now we get to see what they bring into the fight on round 9. Full AK-47s. Brokey's not going to have that AWP. The Blast Rivals trophy, what everyone is competing for. Winners move on to the championship game, the grand finals tomorrow. Face off against either Vitality or Gamer Legion, our second semifinal of the day.
Smoke in the mid doors. Keep the smoke up short. And a lurk smoke trickling down into the B site.
Got to start feeling a little bit better if you're Na'Vi. You've recovered this half very nicely. It never got too far out of your control, but on top of Makaze having some very impactful rounds, some pushes. Wonderful's hitting some very nice shots. That one tags Twist. Grenade goes over, but Twist is backed away from the danger, thankfully.
Yeah, realizing as soon as you take that damage, the nade is very likely to follow, gets into cover. Under a minute left. We move through the doors. FaZe going to be setting up the mid to B split utility. Going in the tunnels.
Had some success with it earlier in the anti-eco or anti-force buy, so I don't think they've had enough real success in the gun round. Frozen got that one kill on Ima, kind of trying to cross over, but not enough success on the mid to B to make this too nerve-wracking for Na'Vi.
Right, so you've still got 3 players defending A, and Mikaze, one of them inside of the pit. Alexi B taking the frag elsewhere. We got Mikaze trying to hold down. Just drops himself into the pit, stays alive. Get another one here as well, but the round feels done just with the early success that Na'Vi have had, and it all comes crashing down. So that competitive nature to the game has started to fizzle out as that round just looks so easy for Na'Vi.
Yeah, well, I wonder if we're going to see Twist now kind of switch things up and go into a little bit more aggression. Maybe like this, like kind of slower, grab control of mid, then sort of spread out and pick a place to hit. I wonder if now he's going to call something a little bit more out of spawn. I mean, maybe around like this, it makes a little bit more sense. It'll probably be a half buy with Tech 9, so you can be more mobile, you can be more fast. You want to get into the engagements when you're swinging hard and quick. But once the guns come out, I want to see maybe a little bit trickery coming out of FaZe, hit a different timing, change the pace a little bit, because Na'Vi's the one who's now kind of dictating the map and what you're able to do on it. You can take that control back if you throw something a little bit unexpected at them. That'll be in the gun rounds. For now, Deagle picked up for Jacob. Tech 9's coming out, upgraded pistols, a little bit of utility. But Na'Vi's now on a 4-round streak, 5 of the last 6 in their favor.
Now you're down to pistols again if you're FaZe, playing with Deagles, Tech 9s. Saving for the next one. Na'Vi very likely have an easy time of getting 6 rounds on the board.
Towards catwalk we go. All 5 players for FaZe come into this situation. Smoke might slow them down. They can come through this with these Tech 9s. If you get the utility, break the smoke, chuck out a flashbang, you can still come through and challenge, but they don't know what's on the other side, so they're gonna chill for now. See if there's any kind of a reaction, but this is playing out like a lot of the rounds previously. All 5 players grouped up in middle. You don't really have a whole lot of map control or map information. It's wonderful to take contact with his AWP out towards the long corner. Ima to provide support from the CT ramp. And Alexi B will hold on to pit, look for a long lurk.
Yeah, wonderful, ready to go again. He hits some great shots, and he, again, is so composed to land that one. Ima moves in from CT to help him out. And wonderful, they've got on by, couldn't adjust in time, or accurately enough towards Natus. So the kills come in from FaZe, and the bomb plant secured. But a round seems so far off.
Yeah, and the money's so strong for Na'Vi that even kills don't really have any real impact with only 2 rounds remaining after this in the half. So Nature's gonna try and pull off a miracle.
Yeah, a miracle indeed. Where it's above them, they run on in. Mikaze now detecting him. Needs to take the kill on the first time of asking. Alexi B runs him down from long. And a lot happier now is Blade.
Yeah, things looking good. Things looking cleaner. Wonderful, still doing good work with the AWP. 6-4 scoreline. Plenty of money to replenish what Na'Vi lost in the round, but the AKs, the rifles come back in for FaZe, and we'll see what the switch up is gonna be. Second time out was taken a couple rounds ago to have a little bit of a chit chat. So what have NK and Twist cooked up to close out this first half of the semifinals? Yeah, super pleased, Blade, leaning in. Here we go. Op is out again for Brokey. Full sets of utility for this T side.
Yep. 2 rounds left up for grabs for FaZe on the attacking side. And Twist is going to go out towards long. He's really trying to force the issue forward, but here comes that aggression that we've been seeing all half long here from Na'Vi, and it's worked out again. Mikaze and Ima both getting the opening kills, and it's so disruptive. They're not letting FaZe get into any of these rounds.
Okay, here we go, 1 kill, but it's traded right back. And I mean,
the
this
aggression in tunnels as well.
Yeah, it's just Na'Vi being aggressive everywhere to abuse the protocols, right? They sense the lower, they get into contact with the lower push. The reaction is for Brokey to peek top mid to alleviate that, but you've already got a player pushing up the swing on him. You've got a player pushing up in B tunnels to punish that player when he tries to address the situation. That's just Na'Vi just beating you basically on tactics alone. Absolutely brutal. I talked to Mikaze last night outside the hotel, and I was like, you guys ready for tomorrow? Are you guys gonna drop the ball like G2 and Astralis? What's the sense? And he just goes, bro, it's gonna be an easy 2-0. Look me dead in the eye.
Well, definitely. It looked a little shaky to kick things off. I mean, a Blade timeout really sorted them out very quickly on in this half. And since then, this streak has been so dominant from Na'Vi. Those positive spirits, the high energy from NKJ, I'm sure fizzled out very quickly indeed for FaZe. Trying to get it back at the end of the half here is Frozen.
Well, the things that got it back yesterday when things got quiet, when things got rough, were the individual heroics, where Frozen popping off, Brokey having some insane rounds, the clutches from Natus, the way Jacob closed these things out, the calling from Twist as well. But it all started with some individual heroics to save the day. Triple kills and quad kills, the name of the game for FaZe.
You got Wonderful locking them away. If they're in the lower tunnels, they try and cross out towards the Xbox. Wonderful have a shot at taking them down. He's also looking out towards the long side now too. That smoke comes in, severs off his information flow. Smoke break up.
Feels like so much of the impact for Navi has come from Wonderful and Makaze, but Alexi V has quietly just been chipping in a couple kills here and there consistently. He's leading the way for his team. Captain at the top of the scoreboard with 11 frags. He might get tested again as he's the solo man at the A-bomb site. Makaze goes down in mid. Wonderful gets it right back.
Yeah, Wonderful right away there with the trade, but FaZe, they have to win this one. They try and end the half with at least an extra round to play with. 35 seconds. We got Alexi B starting to move up towards long. Can he get another frag out to his wonderful tally so far in this half? And the answer to that is no. Jacob brings him down, opens up long, and weakens this defense so much as FaZe move in. Here's the short flank. Smoke comes up at just the perfect time to keep Wonderful alive. Himmer's gonna start moving towards CT. He's blocked by utility as well, so that plant comes in, and now it's a 4v2 post plant favoring FaZe.
And they can't get it started until this catwalk smoke fades, so Wonderful can be involved. Everyone from FaZe has backed off, hiding into positions inside the bomb site. Playing the post plant should be unlosable.
Well, in the meantime, Himmer's tried to gain as much ground as he possibly can, but he goes up against Twist in this fight around the corner, and he loses it immediately. It's Wonderful left, tapping away into the site, and he will go down. So at least FaZe securing an extra round of play in this first half, but Navi's streak just about closed, a 7-5 lead.
Waiting for one of the individuals to provide it. It's a 5-7 deficit for FaZe as they try to continue this miraculous run here in Fort Worth. And we're live into the second half pistol. Switching sides, FaZe on the defense and Navi attacking into them.
Well, FaZe and pistol rounds have been pretty good so far at the event, especially the success they get off the back of winning them and both pistol rounds. We heard that, we looked at that stat yesterday, the fact that their map win success super high once they get a good start. So let's see if they can continue that momentum. I feel like it's so important, especially in today's game against Navi. Can't let them get a good start on this T side, and this is really helping FaZe out, getting in towards the longhouse. Bit's gonna have to position though, but will he be ready for two players there?
It's a crazy push. It's a crazy aggressive push. They're not gonna continue it for the moment.
How far is he gonna move though? That's the question. How far does Jacob go?
It's usually around the 1 minute mark, but they're gonna go a little bit early. No contact made either. They're gonna have such a fast wraparound.
Okay, this is great from FaZe in terms of the position they're getting this early into the round. Natus trying to distract, keep them pinned in middle. Two players come around their back, three heads turn, no way! They're missing the shots here, FaZe, missing the opportunity, but at least Frozen getting one. Panic stations right now as Frozen goes back in again, but this time he's dead, and FaZe have missed out on their opportunity to make something of this. Now Twist going back at it, the Jewel Berettas rattling away. Natus got in as well, and all of a sudden FaZe back in the pistol round again, and they're coming to Brokey.
All right, Brokey, what you got? One shot, one chance at it. Backing away, trying to stay alive. He's got teammates coming up short.
Oh, Brokey falls. NKJ could barely watch, but FaZe have arrived at short already. Bomb not planted, but Wonderful. Great shot out on that P250. Now Natus, the new guy here in FaZe, the most inexperienced player, trying to make it happen here on the server. The 1v2, they play together. He's got a first shot, and he gives himself a chance. But Navi will have this pistol round thanks to Alexi B.
Well, we've been pointing at Wonderful since he joined this roster and saying the ceiling of Navi can climb so high if you get a consistent playing Wonderful, a top-level Wonderful. And he's delivering it here on Dust 2. Off work in the first half was phenomenal. Now in the pistol round, bailing them out of a chaotic situation. Filthy work with the P250. So the team split the pistol rounds here on Dust 2, and Navi get the advantage in the second half.
This is where things get very worrying for FaZe if you don't have one of those catalyst plays, right? When you don't have someone popping off, getting a big clutch that gives you energy. That was, like you said, the win condition yesterday. The reason they were able to find so much success was the clutch moments, the individuals really showing up. If you let Na'Vi get a great start on this T side and just start rolling, it's going to be really difficult to disrupt that in the same way that Na'Vi were able to disrupt FaZe in the first half.
It feels like FaZe has been playing much more of like a team game, kind of like more trying to like stick to the idea and kind of work together through the whole way. We haven't seen the individuals necessarily unleashed or feel like they can be unleashed.
But that makes me feel like Na'Vi want that, right? That Na'Vi are the kind of team that would really like that and appreciate that on the other side of things. You're giving them somewhat of a structured system to play against. And wonderful, taking himself two. Makaze able to get in with one. Somehow USP's doing a little bit of work, but eventually you're going to be run over the top off.
Yeah, a little bit of chaos. It's all good. Na'Vi's going to be fine taking 2 losses in this with the round win. But the bye coming out now for FaZe. Op is going to be in the hands of Brokey. He gets it out real quick. Going to be M4s surrounding it, missing a little pieces of utility here and there, missing defuse kits as well for the CT side. But FaZe pick this 15th round to make their stand here on the CT side for the first time with weapons. Brokey's off, heading out towards long. Wonderful's going to be here as well. They're going to move out quick. Does FaZe want to fight?
Yeah, they're coming out real fast. It's going to be a head-up battle here. Makaze winning the first engagement. He's ready for the second, but he runs out of bullets. So Wonderful just throws himself through that smoke and gets the trade back.
And now picking up the pace a little bit, too. Look at the way Wonderful's challenging already. Bit and Alexi be arriving late. Game on the work in middle. He's found Brokey. And that's the A bomb site cracked wide open. Wonderful adds another for no good reason.
Dude, how good is Wonderful playing right now? This is great to see, but also Alexi B. Like you highlighted that in the first half, you don't always see these kind of performances out of Alexi, but when he's showing up, I mean, it's just another cherry on top.
I feel like too, like I almost feel like sometimes I wouldn't see Na'Vi like Wonderful be that aggressive after those kills out towards long. I feel like there's got to be a mindset of let's try and press the issue and take advantage of the fact that this is a new team playing together. We heard Blade reference it in the pregame interview talking about map pool, that it wouldn't be deep. It feels like they're trying to exploit the lack of like protocols, lack of understanding of where you're going to shift, of the lack of plans of how FaZe is going to move around the map when they lose players. Everyone just gets knocked out. Double digits for Na'Vi, 10-5. Commanding lead and a stranglehold on this match now with economic advantage as well. This is FaZe map pick as well, and they are just floundering. Disappearing, fading away.
And the worrying thing is, next map up is going to be Ancient, right? We were really seeing FaZe struggle on that yesterday. Certainly got into that first half. They did start to come back and be competitive on it, but I mean, it's not a map you're going to feel super comfortable about knowing how good Na'Vi are on it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, though, because despite the struggles yesterday were very real, they did play Na'Vi 13-11 on it in a loss, but played them close, just looked bad on it yesterday. So which one FaZe are we going to get on that second map? We'll find out. We got to finish this one first. Twist and Natus going to cross over middle. One single M4 on Frozen. Other than that, FaZe waiting for the next buy round to try and get back into things. It's a 10-2 run since FaZe won the first half pistol and converted the ensuing 2 rounds. But once the guns came out for Na'Vi, it's been all them.
Just keeping things chill for now, taking the time, getting into position up on catwalk. No disruption coming in from FaZe at all. Bomb going to be shifting its way up through short. The only player to defend the A side of the map right now is Jacob on the Deagle.
Priority is going to be keeping that M4 alive if there's no chance at winning the round. Money just such a big issue. So Jacob, he'll back away when he sees the utility coming in. No reason in him sticking around. They're not going to defend this bomb site, so relinquishing it and giving it over to Na'Vi, giving an 11th round over to the T side. Na'Vi's going to be just 2 rounds away from taking the opening map in the quarterfinals. And FaZe need to prioritize playing the long game, although there's not really much of a long game left.
I mean, FaZe have been a team that, at this event, have just kind of exceeded expectations, and when you count them out, always found a way, especially even on Ancient yesterday, where we thought it was completely over, and they actually came back into the map and made it competitive. So We need another moment like that out of FaZe. It just feels tough to do against this Na'Vi T side that's just in a flow state at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing in the first half was just getting exploited and not able to find any really good options for you. Na'Vi did a great job of making them feel uncomfortable, especially in the opening moves to start rounds out. Backing away from the explosion. 11-5. Everyone in this building waiting for FaZe to give us something, some sign that they've got that tenacity, that they can dig deep like they did yesterday. Looking for that moment that changes the feeling of this game.
You just look at the head-to-head, the disparity in terms of the in-game leader-coach combo, right? You've had Alexi B and Blade, two masterminds of Counter-Strike playing together for a long time, right? Being part of this team together for a very long time, building this Na'Vi system. Whereas over for FaZe, it's like Twist is stepping into a temporary in-game leader role. He did it before for a short stint over at Team Liquid. And now you've got NKJ coming into his biggest coaching role ever. I mean, it's still very, very early days in this roster. So in terms of that department, there's really no match.
That's why I'm kind of surprised to see FaZe in the first half play like what it felt like a slower, kind of more strategic style of trying to kind of move around the map and sense the gaps and the weaknesses. Instead of like mixing in a couple faster pace changey rounds where you lean on individual production to create those openings, to sense those opportunities. Especially with the way the individuals played yesterday in the quarterfinals. Well, we're gonna try and end it towards the B-bomb site. Alexi gonna go towards lower looking for a push, but all 5 members of Na'Vi here, so it's Netu and Brokey to defend.
Ooh, good flash, at least getting a wonderful off the ankle. If he goes back into it, Brokey's waiting to punish, and he's got the kill. Do Na'Vi keep coming? Yes, they do. Right in towards the site, it's Imma, who's got both kills. Brokey and Nature both dead, and that's the B-bomb site completely taken by Na'Vi.
Yeah, they thought it was just the pick. They thought it was just going to be the op of Wonderful peeking into the bomb site, but that AK-47 turns the corner. Never had a deep angle to sense what was coming. Netu does his best, but good utility work. Flashed off the angle, uncomfortable. And that's 12 for Na'Vi.
Just keep coming back to that quote from Twist in the interview we gave with HLTV, saying he feels like tomorrow we get to show the real us against Na'Vi. I mean, they just haven't shown any glimpses of what they've been doing in this tournament. This is going to be Na'Vi so comfortably finding themselves on that point.
You know, it's an interesting quote too. When I saw that, I was trying to think about it. I was like, does he even know what this FaZe is supposed to look like?
Is this the real them?
They've been so new together that I don't think they really have that. But that's kind of a cool angle of this event for FaZe. Is on some level, on so many ways, they're trying to prove to themselves what the real FaZe is going to look like. They're trying to prove to Frozen that he should stick around and have faith in this project. Trying to prove to himself that he can be that IGL again. They have a lot to prove, and it's mostly to themselves. And we haven't seen that true FaZe yet. We haven't seen that exciting FaZe yet in this match.
A couple of times in the first few rounds of the game, but that was it.
That was about it. Well, now it's all stacked up against them. 7 in a row is what FaZe need if they want to force overtime.
Yeah, very tough to see it happening. Wonderful. He's going to be heading out long straight away, looking to open up, and that's exactly what he does. Straight through the chest of Jacob. Brokey forced away by utility. Na'Vi dismantling FaZe.
Yeah, there's an AWP difference inside this server right now. Wonderful is just a monster. Twist gets one back on Amikaze, but the pressure coming long now.
Na'Vi are just unrelenting. There's just players coming in from all sides. You know, the long fight's immediately coming through. As soon as you get a kill on short, you've got to worry about that. And look at the space Bits got towards this A site.
And because he's the one making the play, Ima's backing off. He turns into the guy who's got to watch for the lurk, watch for the shift up catwalk late. Can be a backstab at the end of the round.
FaZe started strong. A Blade timeout, and then Na'Vi take control of the game for the rest. Brokey's waiting to try and punish anybody to peek out from Goose, but we do not have Bit moving. In fact, we've got Ima taking the next step. Spots out Nature. Got the flank coming in now up short. Got Twist, who's just waiting, has no ID, setting up utility. Ima comes around the back, looking to close out this map himself. Wonderful in the meantime, getting kills. And it puts Brokey and Nature in a recovery mission. Now they're coming back into it, but Alexi B continues his strong map performance and puts it all on Brokey, who will not do anything about it. It's Na'Vi coming in and destroying FaZe Clan on the opening map.
Bit of a hot start at the beginning of the game. they were really no match for Na'Vi, who look absolutely poised, look absolutely prepared, and unwavering. Dust is what I would call it.
Yeah, they dominated that one, while FaZe were able to get off to a fiery start in those first few rounds and give the fans a little bit of something to cheer for, to get excited about. It got quickly extinguished. I mean, Na'Vi just showing you that sometimes class can beat flash.
It's true, unfortunately, for those that came to see FaZe, and even though FaZe at the beginning, like you said, showed something, I just feel like Na'Vi just showed why they were levels ahead. Like, once we got down to any round that just lasted more than 45 seconds, you could see that Na'Vi are making rotations faster, they're finding picks in the default more frequently, they're making more active plays, and all of that kind of magic or bullshit that FaZe had, unfortunately, just kind of dried up in this one because Na'Vi were just one, if not two steps ahead in, I'd say 90%.
Can they stop Makaze coming out middle? Can they stop the beast on this map? Well, they're doing it again. It's not the actual choosing to do this strategy again that's the problem. It's how is it going to pan out at the end of the day? What's the decision you're going to make at the end? Remember, last time it was they lost the A bomb site, chose not to go for a retake, and had all these MP9s in the 4th round.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Mac-10 gets the opening start. Twitch tries to be aggressive. Jacob throwing himself into the fight. Gets traded by Makaze. Took a while to get that kill on Alexi B. You have all the time in the world for Makaze to ready himself for the trade kill. So Na'Vi a player up now, 4v3.
And taking it slow now that they realize there's some weapons on the board. So a little bit more cautious as they look for any follow-up pushes in this man advantage situation. What's the next play that FaZe is going to want to try and make to even things out? Ima's lurked himself very deep in towards middle and red room. And we're starting to scale up B ramp as well at the moment. So Makaze clears out Cave just perfectly.
Steps in, Brokey put against the wall. Now Makaze, can he get another one? I mean, that's the player that Maui was talking so much about as well heading into this game. Makaze can be such a beast on Ancient, and he's got the first steps going. He's 6-0 right now, so looking like we're gonna get that kind of Makaze performance here on Ancient that we've been looking for.
Yeah, I mentioned as well, he guaranteed that easy 2-0 yesterday, and man, he's right on the money so far. Twist not able to do anything through the Molotov, taken down by Alexi with the quick angle, and all that aggression negated. Makaze with a triple kill overall in the round. But the MP9s were just there to set up this next round by. Full M4s on the board for FaZe's defense. Plenty of utility. Biggest thing they're missing is that AWP on Brokey. And Makaze's gonna challenge.
Look how many plays they've got in middle here for FaZe. Trying to open up, trying to send bodies. They're dealing with Makaze, but you can send player after player to deal with him, and he will kill every single one of them.
He even gets a Molotov kill in there as well as they try and push to tank too much damage from the grenade and just burn alive. Makaze with a double kill to open things up. And look at this push, the desperate push to try and get this round back under control.
Yeah, last hope. Sent forward. We got Makaze still in the red room though. There's another one. Victor's falling at Makaze's hand. It's 4 in the round from him and a 4th round for Na'Vi. Makaze dominating FaZe clan inside of the server.
Yeah, deja vu. FaZe needs someone to step up right now. You can't wait any longer. Your next gun round has to be a win. Look at all the grenade utility damage.
Down here.
There was a barrage of flashbangs down middle. Makaze was flying for most of the situation, but the utility taking that first player away keeps him alive to grab that second kill. Nice work from Na'Vi in complete control.
Well, here he goes again. Makaze now completely blinded. This time going to be taken down by Frozen, but Ima, he's up next.
Oh,
trying to
the
fall
pounce.
back, FaZe dead. Alexi got both, and that's FaZe eradicated in middle again. Now, we talk about this mid-fight being a 50-50, Jace. It doesn't feel that way.
Like, not when you have Makaze.
And then Ima is the second player.
Yeah, who himself was a very, very strong mid player in his teams over the years as well. So you have a luxury if you're Na'Vi of 2 players who are very, very strong in the position, in the role. Especially up against a team who has struggled on this map and still trying to piece things together as a unit. Wonderful, gonna crawl out slowly, precise as Brokey slides. And now it's Bit's turn to play. He's gonna find Twist, lose the fight, but it's all good.
I mean, it's been great to see Makaze growing as an individual player inside of this Na'Vi team, right? Stepping into the squad, JL stepping away from Na'Vi and Makaze coming in. And we're wondering what kind of level will he be able to get to? It feels like now he's getting better and better. Obviously winning a trophy back in Stockholm a couple of months ago at Pro League, and then now coming into this event, he's in great form, and looking for a grand final showing. He really has just become a star here over at Na'Vi.
He did. I mean, he kind of popped off pretty quickly. I remember his first event as a rookie coming into Cologne. He was like, surprising how solid he was to start. Nothing that's going to blow you away. But after that, it seemed like that event of just performing well gave him some confidence. And he's just kept on rising. And his importance and impact for this team keeps growing as well. Lovely work from the Na'Vi organization as he was part of the Na'Vi Academy, scouting him well enough to bring him into the main squad. And now you get to reap the rewards of a risk on a young player with potential.
Yeah, taking him out of what is now FUT as well. That team's gone on to do great things. Not so much at this event, unfortunately, with the standing situation, but stepping up is Ima. Once his teammate goes down, Makaze taking his first death of Ancient. And Ima and Alexi B combining for the other mid kills. So 5 in a row here from Na'Vi. We've got to this point very quickly. And for FaZe Clan, there just hasn't been any signs of life since the first 5 rounds of Dust 2.
No, who's going to ignite it? Which one of you is it going to be? Frozen in middle. He's going to slide over towards Donut. Jacob's going to be playing in towards Jaguar and Cave, supported by Brokey. Twist far back at the B bomb site. But Na'Vi's not concerned about that at the moment because, yet again, they've got complete mid control. Just due to the success earlier, they feel like they can waltz out and take it whenever they want, and they're not wrong.
Yeah, they're extremely right. We've got Ima pushed up towards red. FaZe not having the confidence to be able to challenge Na'Vi in mid now. They've tried so many times, so many different variations, and now they just have to give it up, which is giving all this space for Na'Vi to play with and to bully them and force them back and manipulate this map in Na'Vi's favor.
Yeah, now you've got tons of pressure. Twist is going to have to keep his eyes over toward Red Room for quite some time as that smoke fades. How does Na'Vi want to readjust this? There is an aggressive push from Netu in towards A main. Hiding at the angle. Alexi might come over as a solo player, so he could get taken down and dropped. Frozen's the one who's got the toughest task headed his way.
Yeah, waiting at the big box. Can Frozen be the player to deliver here? He's going to be pushed in A main eventually, but you've got to get some kills out towards Donut. He's got his teammate defending main. Twist comes in at the right time, and Alexi B, even from main, gets that kill. So at least the trade comes through, but Wonderful and Bit still stand a chance in this round. 35 seconds. Bit waits. Brokey goes forward, misses his shot, and Na'Vi pulled this back. But now it's just Bit, and the headshot machine goes back to the AK-47. Flash out into middle. 25 seconds on the clock. Bit trying to pull them into fights, goes for the donut, and finally FaZe able to break through with a round victory.
There we go, big kill from Jacob, hustling over to Red Room to close the opportunity, drop the bomb, and force Bit to come back. That was almost Na'Vi salvaging a lost round. And FaZe just maintained the control till the very end. Op still back in the hands of Brokey. Well done from Frozen, even with the missed timing. It's really Twist who kind of saves the day, arriving at the perfect moment to prevent anyone from taking Frozen down too early. First round is on the board, but if you're FaZe, the conversation has got to be about building up and building rounds together, stringing them together. You've got a lot of money to burn through after this 5-0 start. $7,700 on Ima even after the buy, $7,600 on Alexi. Na'Vi is rich, so if you're FaZe, you need at least 3 in the row before you're gonna get any kind of reprieve. Round 7 set to begin. Both teams with full buys, ops out on both sides of the map as well. FaZe still haven't proven that they can stop the mid control from Na'Vi, but they did prove that last round they don't necessarily need it each and every time.
Got Brokey waiting to punish any peek on those top boxes. Wonderful is there with the AWP at the moment. He's also got the bomb on his back.
Oh, Ima's sliding over now, so they get the, okay, there he is, just went into a drive.
Yeah, that's the bomb going down, gonna be picked up. Ima's gonna collect it, but they move in. Bit's taking down his own teammate. It's a bit of chaos here for Na'Vi trying to get in towards the B site. Strange to see it be so chaotic after a timeout. We've got Makaze trying to release this pressure though. He's gonna be pushing in towards the A bomb site, around the back here of the FaZe players. He could still win this round for Na'Vi if he plays it well with Ima, who now has the ball back.
And it's the rookie, it's the newest addition to the FaZe roster who might have the responsibility of keeping track of Makaze. He's moved into Red Room. So Ima sliding in, gonna have a battle here, sees the elbow.
Oh, but he can't seize the chance. Natus stepping up, bomb down. Makaze's life just gets a whole lot more difficult. They know exactly where he is. So how does Makaze fight his way out of this one? 45 seconds. Trying to engage with the AWP, trying to bait that shot out of Brokey, but he will not fight until the right moment. Brokey to take the kill. Natus delivers the fight versus Ima. The second round for FaZe.
Okay, they're starting to seize this moment, right? They're starting to have this opportunity go their way. Still so much money for the Na'Vi side is the difficult part, is you still have to go up against the strongest possible buy. Good opening kill from Brokey. I don't even mind this kind of an idea from Na'Vi. It did get chaotic, but they're trying to exploit the fact that they can get out middle whenever they want. They think eventually FaZe is going to have to put bodies back there, utility back there, resources back in middle, and you can slide into that B-bomb site relatively for free. That round they were dead wrong, and FaZe string two together.
Brokey sees the shadow. Sees Mikaze off in middle. Finally taking Mikaze out before he gets any impact or any space to play with. FaZe have a comfortable advantage.
Yeah, I've been waiting for someone from FaZe to step up and provide resistance. If it's going to be Brokey with the AWP, FaZe is going to love to have that. See him start dictating the map a little bit, grabbing you some picks here and there. Bit's going to try and find an equalizing kill.
Clear Na'Vi, you're going to be trying to finish this on the B-bomb side. Jacob needs to be careful, pulls utility.
One's in front of
and
him.
they're coming at him, they're pushing up. Ima's got the kill, it was closer than Jacob anticipated, and that's a mistake that's allowed them into the site. So that advantage is gone, and now FaZe have to play retake on this B-bomb site.
Yeah, especially as the only defender. Now we're going to attack long, try and wrap around Q.
Well, they denied the plan for a bit. Once those spikes come in, hits the shot, follows up, Ima's there with him. A destruction of FaZe, even with the 5v4, the mistake from Jacob on this B-bomb site allows Na'Vi into the site, and they make the most of it.
Yeah, that's got to be devastating for FaZe. That round's going to be really frustrating if you're one of the FaZe players. They go around that cube one by one by one, nice and slow, so Bit can make sure he can line him up and knock him down in sequence. Very comfortable, casual round to win by Bit. So NKJ trying to get on the mic. First time out taken by FaZe. Couldn't get that third in a row. So Na'Vi back to their winning ways, adding money into their bank. And FaZe is gonna have to line up and try again. They're out of money after this investment though. CT side starting to get real heavily punished. Six to 2.
FaZe have off still for Brokey. Rifles on most. Absent notably here on twists. Only with the 5-7. Got Jacob is pushed up towards Jag. We've got Mikaze making his way through middle. Well, Ima's pulling distraction, pulling those A players away from Donut, which is creating this opening for Na'Vi to start to move through. When do they clock that this is a possibility? They've moved up so close. Mikaze versus Natus into the fight. It's going to be Bit to win it. Wonderful dies, but they move forward. Mikaze taking space towards the A-bomb site. Bit through the smoke. Frozen taken away. And FaZe are crumbling again on this site. So many players, layer upon layer for Na'Vi. And the site is taken. That's 3 from Bit in the round.
Na'Vi's looking real good at the moment. Lovely from Bit. Triple kill now as he heats up into the game. Mikaze started things, and he's starting to pick things up. This retake is going to be so late, so slow, and they don't have kits. If Jacob can't provide a kill, there's no reason for Brokey to really consider this.
Yeah, well, he blocks out that very position towards the temple. You got Bit still over towards main. Alexi B on the move. You just can't really see this happening. It's a good kill from Jacob, but then the trade comes in from Bit. It's a 4K in this round from Bit, and Brokey getting taken down as well. Back turn, worried about getting flanked through red. So you lose everything if you FaZe. And Bit might have just ripped the heart out of this FaZe team.
I think FaZe is just mentally knocked out of this game now. I mean, Bit kind of just wandering away, meandering, turned his back to the bomb site, trying to save the AWP. I know he's thinking that someone's wrapping around him, but not getting out of that angle to save the op, which is the most important thing you had in the round. Would have been a lovely weapon to have if you want to have any chance of reversing what's happening right now and winning a round like this, where you're back to pistols, back to an MP9 on Frozen.
It's going to be a crushing first half. Fantastically played here by Na'Vi. You've got everything you want. You've got Mikaze popping off. You've got Bit, who's having huge impact. Ima being able to step up when Mikaze gets killed in mid. Everything going the way of Na'Vi at the moment. Here goes FaZe, down towards the B ramp. Multiple players ready to fight against Bit. AK's out, ready to take him away. They're going to send a lot of utility towards him, so at least dropping Bit for now.
I gotta be careful though. Ema sliding over to fight. This is a little bit scary. Bombs hustling back all the way to the A bomb site. Ema wants a little bit of a fight, and he gets it. 2 kills and tons of damage onto Twist. And there goes Wonderful. That's all on the ground.
So it's on Mikaze, who we've talked about is on a heater. Looking to try and win himself a 1v2 here with the AK-47. FaZe, last spotted towards Heaven, have fallen back.
Sloppiest round we've seen out of Na'Vi on this map. They're looking for fights way too much in that kind of a scenario. I think a little bit thirsty knowing it was the pistols on the board. Everyone wants a good eco kill.
Well, they've left the B site, and is that going to work out for Mikaze? As he picks up the bomb, and he's got an empty site he's heading towards.
It's all about the confidence he has when he comes to plant the bomb, right? If he taps it and spends 10 seconds trying to force someone out in the open, he's in trouble. If he just drops this bomb, oh yeah, he is.
He is so decisive, starts running up the ramp, puts the bomb down, and now the pressure is on FaZe.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this feels like Mikaze has already won this clutch. It's gonna come down to the shots, obviously, but the plant, the positioning, the time away, no kits on the FaZe players, low HP on Twist, everything lined up for Mikaze.
Semi-finals, ancient performance feels like Mikaze's moment. A 1v2 that feels like he's already won it. Let's see if FaZe can flip that script. They get onto the site, they're trying to find the bomb. They can't find it, it's gonna be a 10-second stick as well. Time is fading away, they've gotta hold it. Twit's gonna be taken off, and then Brokey has no time to do anything about it, so they run away, and Mikaze so decisive, knows he's going up with a bomb. That makes that clutch look so simple.
Yeah, he handles it so very well. I wonder what the comms were. I think what he's doing when he plants that bomb so decisively, I wonder if someone told him to just go do it, but you have to be thinking if you're Mikaze in that moment, most of these kills coming out towards middle, they're gonna wanna recover those weapons, both players gonna shift in that direction. Feels like that's kind of the risk he took, or that's the educated guess that he went with, and he was dead right, nails it. 1v2 clutch win, and Na'Vi still in the driver's seat as they've been since round 4 on Dust 2.
A couple of rounds left up for grabs. FaZe's best chance to win another one comes now as the buy returns to their hands. Mikaze going to be heading out middle, but look how ready they are to go into the B bomb site. No one from FaZe is even in the site. So Na'Vi have got a free bomb site. Yes, you may have the advantage in the player department if you're FaZe, but look how much ground they've got. Brokey has no idea. Bit blasts him against the wall, and the round's pretty much done.
Yeah, I mean, you can understand too. FaZe is just trying to throw anything at the wall and seeing what sticks, trying to figure out how to stop this Na'Vi attack, and nothing's working. Trades at least on this flank, but still no kit, so the retake has to be quick.
Alexi being Bit, all of a sudden a 2v3, trying to crossfire and hold on to this site to let that bomb go off. Here comes FaZe, nets you in, and Alexi B had to worry about a fight on multiple fronts. So FaZe do recover the round and get back into it for the defuse.
Yeah, excuse me, they did have 2 kits, so yeah, nice and easy, well done. 3rd round, but you can see no celebration on the faces of FaZe. They know the task is still insurmountable, feeling insurmountable at the moment. They're very fortunate to get away with this round win, considering how it started, considering Brokey going down, considering the control Na'Vi had. But lovely work on a fast flank. A 5-round lead for Na'Vi. And finally, at the tail end in round 12, FaZe have taken the money away.
Hero 8K in the hands of Big. They'll go into B lane, but they're just gonna go again. Straight into the B bomb side again. Twist is getting that information. Gonna start calling it over. He's focused on his crosshair for the time being. Flash comes in. Brokey assisted. Twist goes in. Another one picked up. Alexi B fighting him on, but Brokey's right here in the 4th round, and some hope left for FaZe Clan. Unless Wonderful can just rip it out. No way! Okay, Wonderful. He's gonna head over towards CT spawn, and this would destroy them. This would end them. FaZe Clan would have no chance, and it's the inexperienced player up against Wonderful in FaZe's most important round.
Already feels like FaZe is knocked out, walking.
Wonderful, so confident! He's got it! Mr. Wonderful! A smooth operation, and it's Na'Vi heading into the grand final if they win this one.
Away from the Blast Rivals grand final here in Fort Worth.
FaZe completely up against the ropes. It looks like they've just had everything knocked out of them. Mikaze just going in for the information. Here they come towards him. Of course, he recovers it. Mikaze!
He's a
Gets
beast.
away with a second. He just can do no wrong today.
Yeah, you're not going to get anything easy against him right now. He's playing so well. Bit forced back by the Gush. And Twist, a nice little lurk, and Wonderful goes down.
That's wonderful. The Shadow Realm. Twist looking for a second as well out towards Lexi B back at spawn. Twist does snap it into the moment. Lexi B looking to clear him, and he'll win the fight. So 3v1 after that kill from him. It's just Brokey left, and you need a clutch here.
Yeah, but the tough thing is now with Brokey having that kill, he can go to either one of the bomb sites. And actually, Navi, they can't really work together any longer. Bit's very, very low. He's going to have to play in a safe position.
Brokey's got time as well. You can see with the decision making, he knows he's got the clock to work with.
He's looking to see if the two Navi players can play together, wander around the map, try and find information. But they're split securing the bomb sites. Ooh, the timing of this. Alexi's just going to miss the piece of information. How valuable it would have been.
Steps into the site. Bomb going to be planted. And Brokey at least has his health to work with. But he goes back into Dona. He finds Alexi B. He's the high HP player. Take him down. And it would just be the 1v1 against the 13 HP.
They needed a little bit of life. Brokey's giving them some hope, a spark. And now they need to build upon it. A small chance now to begin this comeback on the T side of Ancient. Against a team that has had their number all day long. This is the last gasp of FaZe here in Texas. Off this pissed around victory. Secure the second, convert it, and let's see what goes on in the gun rounds. They've been waiting for someone to give them clutches, someone to give them some plays. Nothing too energetic or exciting, but he's at least kept them alive after the pistol, a must-win pistol.
Yeah, it was a requirement really that Brokey got in that round. The follow-up kill is coming in here from Frozen and Jacob into the site. Plant going to be put down. Alexi B, Emma still stand a chance at making this uncomfortable, especially when you get a deke shot landing through the smoke.
And the problem is it's delaying the bomb plant, which brings the flank even closer. That's Emma coming all the way from T-spawn.
Oh, he's got a free kill and he takes it right away. Frozen down. Twist and Jacob. A 2v3 here. The playthrough from Twist is good. Worried about a player in the smoke, but there's not. And now Emma goes up, Twist goes, clears him, and now it's a 1v1. Bit lost the last one, but can he win it this time?
It's playing a default.
It's a 10-second stick, though. He taps it. Twist ain't buying it. He ain't going for it. He ain't peeking just yet. You got Bit, who now gets on it, has to hold it, it's the only way. And Twist moving in, Bit holds it, comes off time, it's gonna be on the side of FaZe. Bit will get the kill, but the round will go off here. And that will be FaZe at least getting one more. It's never easy, it's never comfortable, but it's one foot in front of the other right now for FaZe, just staying alive in Fort Worth.
Seems like there are a lot of FaZe fans inside this arena, and you guys are used to them stressing you out, right? It's gonna get close, it's gonna be scrappy, it's gonna get hectic, rough around the edges, but Twist pulls out a good win. Back-to-back clutches for Brokey and Twist. And Navi gonna sit around back as the gap in the scoreline closes, now 9-5.
Oh, here comes a quicker play for FaZe, trying to run it down, but again, it's a Bit deagle shot. It always is. But Nature were able to get the trade, and now they move deeper. There really shouldn't be anything else, but Mikaze somehow got a USP kill out of it.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage being done right now, and the T-side economy is obviously much easier to manage, but taking these kinds of losses back-to-back rounds is not gonna set you up for anything. It just puts that first gun round on an edge. First gun round, very important with the money the way it is for FaZe. But they're still winning. They're still coming back.
Felt like there's any sort of presence from FaZe Clan in the server for a very long time.
For both maps of this semifinal. So just 3 rounds away. Dominant first half, but that lead has disappeared. Cut in half.
We're gonna come back, and from up, we're gonna fucking destroy them, bro. Okay, then you start.
Now we're talking.
All right, there's some of that FaZe belief.
There it is.
As are going to be powerful enough. They're going to be going heavy towards A this time. Stats being heard, the rotations trying to come back. That Molotov comes in at the perfect time to slow them down. They have to go through it, and they just charge right through them. But Makaze making magic happen again. It's a Makaze multi, and Twist left alone. We speak of magic. No one better than Van Dolken. Can be magnificent when he gets a clutch going. There's the first, the most decorated North American player finally playing back on North American soil. Can he clutch this one up? 1v3 to keep the dream alive for FaZe.
Plenty of time with him to play with. Plenty of time to start making Navi feel a little bit nervous. Hasn't recovered the bomb yet. Wants to maintain his ability to be aggressive and move in this 1v2. Pulling off the unexpected.
It's a smart play from Twist. He's got some time to do it. Round the back. Can he get another one? When does Alexi B consider? It's now in his brain. He knows. But Twist has got the kill. And now it's up against Wonderful. One and last one. The king of North American Counter-Strike is back. And that's the kind of play that can get you back in this game.
We've been waiting for it all day. 3 clutches from FaZe to start this half out, but nothing more spectacular than this 1v3. Long and extended, outplaying everyone from Navi. Absolutely gut-wrenching, tears their heart out, and now they're just 2 rounds back.
We've been waiting on a play like that. That's the kind of catalyst that can get you into this game again for FaZe. You've got them on the ropes. Navi a little bit broken economically at the moment, not completely, but they're taking a smart approach, not spending all their money here. Makaze in middle. Here they come, 3 players through, and Jacob straight to the headshot.
You can feel it with this team when they build into the game. Frozen is gonna struggle but drop the push. 5 on 3. Staying composed. Looking for the reaction from Navi. Seeing if they can thin one more player out before having to make a decision. Still over a minute on the clock, plenty of time. For the first time in these semifinals, FaZe has made Navi scratch their head and say, oh shit, they're coming back.
They did the same yesterday on HQ. They started to come back into it, but the problem was they didn't have enough rounds in the first half just to survive long enough for this to happen. But this time they do, and it is 8 rounds on the board. 1 round separating FaZe from Navi.
And when do we get that timeout from Navi? Right now. Blade wants it now. A chance to talk things over. Drop down to SMG's previously full buy here. They'll have the ult back out on Wonderful. But more than anything, a conversation about how to stand tall against these FaZe players that have ignited and finally showed up inside the server. It started with just winning clutches, winning 1v1s, then a 1v3, and now they step into a round where they batter you down coming through smokes, demolish your initial defense. It's getting worse, and Blade is trying to stop the slide. The first pressure Navi has felt all day is right now. 9-8, 1 round lead. And 5 in a row for FaZe.
Navi not making the reckless decision to invest into everything in the previous round does allow them to have these weapons in play.
It's a
to have
strong,
all out for Wonderful.
Strong buy in terms of weaponry. You are missing tons of utility.
And you're missing players on the A bomb site.
It's because they have such a diminished buy in terms of that utility. They're just saying, we're going to play retake. If they hit this A bomb site, they get the round. Then they tie it up, and then we get to just replenish our nades, and the next round we can really fight for. So Wonderful's going to sense this coming in. The question becomes, how many can he pick off on their passage? And does it open up a chance to go for the retake? There's one. Now they can come investigate. Now they can come see if it's worth it.
And Navi are the best at just running in before you even get that bomb planted. But Natus and Brokey handling that pressure. They're anticipating that move from Navi, and they fend them off. And now you don't have the money. Now you don't have the resources to think about this. You have to sit there and really consider, do you want to go all in and attempt this retake? Smoked out at CT. Alexa B has to go in, but Twist and Nature with the headshots, and Bit has no other decision but to try and back away, try and get to safety. But ladies and gentlemen, Fort Worth, we are tied up. FaZe have brought it back all the way.
Incredible, this team just doesn't have a quit in them at this event. It's been so incredible to watch. And now they get that confidence beneath them. They even take out the last weapon. Relentless is Twist. Not only have they tied it up, but they've taken all the advantages. The momentum is theirs. The economy is theirs. And Navi on the back foot. How do they respond? No money to fight back for Navi's defense here in round 19. An MP9, upgraded pistols, and Twist starting to call on his feel, starting to call on momentum, uppercuts, pace changes, dominance.
Oima getting one in the 5-7, but Twist is right there with that AWP, picks up, sends the shot back. FaZe Clan about to head into the lead. With a clutch to round out the half, it looked like we were walking in Wonderland. Navi didn't look like there was any way they were going to lose this map.
But that's the magic of having the individuals that FaZe have, is so many of them can just keep you alive, just barely. Even if you're just clinging on with your fingernails, they can keep you alive to see if some spark happens. And FaZe has certainly caught fire now. Wonderful. Some exit kills at the end of the day. But FaZe take the lead for the first time in a long time. 10-9.
They're finally showing up in the semifinals. I mean, Dust too, first couple of rounds looked great. They die really quick and they never really get back into it. But now they finally are showing that version of FaZe that Twist was saying we're gonna see today.
Well, he mentioned yesterday, it's when he felt like he really took over the game from a strategic level, is when he felt like his teammates had faith in his calling. He could feel that trust. He said, that's when I took over the game vocally, in terms of moving people around, in terms of calling tactics and outplaying G2. He's getting into a similar groove here with some of these fast plays towards each of the bomb sites. Navi struggling to contain and struggling to read what's coming next, forcing another timeout out of this defense, who still can't get a grip. 7 rounds in a row in this second half for FaZe.
Time, one util piece at a time, we'll crawl all the fucking way back, all right? Follow your fucking captain, boys. Follow your fucking captain. Come on, let's go.
Navi looking to put an obstacle in their way. The buy has returned to the defensive hands and they've got a lot more utility this time. Slower this time from FaZe, but again, heavy in numbers. This time towards elbow. They're going to be challenging against Mikaze and Ima, who were so strong in mid in the first half. Hoping that they can replicate that again here for Navi in the second, but Natus removing Mikaze. Now Ima's on an island on his own inside of Red Room.
It's wild. Sometimes it's almost inexplainable how this momentum shift can cause individuals to just struggle where otherwise they've been excellent. Mikaze's been such a monster throughout this map, but back-to-back rounds where FaZe have attacked into him in middle on this T side during this stretch, he's just dropped the ball in the first contact. 5-on-4 for FaZe.
They're going to group up for that final maneuver towards an empty site.
And Navi's leaning towards the B bomb site while FaZe is adjusting towards the A bomb site. So wrong side of the map so far for the defense, but starting to piece things together. Ima's pushing mid, it's clear. Wonderful sliding over with his AWP towards CT spawn yet again. And Frozen for FaZe is lurking outside the B bomb site, just maintaining presence.
It's a good shot from Wonderful. Natus going to be taken out, and he's been so impactful. But Ima, here's the flank! Oh, twist gets dropped. And that could be a very important kill.
Frozen and bit mid. Oh, no, coming back around towards A-Main. Now Ima's in trouble.
Yeah, well, he's preoccupied. He's worried about that fight. Now Frozen's actually won it. Such an important engagement to go in the way of FaZe.
Bomb's not really planted for Brokey and Jacob, though, so they got to be very careful.
Wonderful's waiting. Frozen. Will he give Wonderful the chance here? Wonderful's on, has to drop back behind the box, but the kill is in. Now the defuse. Wonderful again, but if the stick gets all the way, and Na'Vi gonna hold it. Tight game again, 10 apiece. And Na'Vi come back in on that retake.
Yeah, big mistake in post-plant positioning. FaZe have given up around there. Moving into donut when the bomb's not planted for you, that's a rough way to lose a round. That's why you had to see such an aggressive play from A-Main in the 3v3. That's how Na'Vi stopped the streak. Their first round in this second half. They stopped Na'Vi's run at 7 to tie things back up.
One question now is, have they prevented that snowball effect? The FaZe were starting to build up there. They were just rolling over the top of them. FaZe trying to bounce right back and going into middle. It's Natus with the first, but Emma on the cleanup. Twitch trying to get the response. Taking a while, spraying away, but not connecting the trade kill.
Don't think he wanted to commit to that fight. Didn't want that to be the one where he went down, especially in a 4-on-3. So happy to just kind of have the stalemate where he forces Emma back.
Emma's had some really important kills to Na'Vi in these 2 rounds now. One on that flank, now two right here inside of middle. Wonderful's waiting for them to come up this B ramp. The scope goes back, spots the hand. Can't take the kill though. Now they move up. Alexi B is found twist, made it look easy. Frozen charging in. I mean, Frozen had some spectacular rounds yesterday in the quarterfinal. He's been quiet on this map, but what a time it would be to come alive for Frozen. On a single point of health. He's trying to tap away, but he cannot connect. At least stays alive, but look how uncomfortable this is.
They have nowhere to play. These are horrible post-plant positions. They are bottlenecked with nowhere to go.
You have to fight, but they're missing shots. And now Na'Vi start to swallow them up, and Emma is the difference maker right now for Na'Vi. A 4K in this round that might just put an end to the dreams of FaZe.
Yeah, what a retake. Just slowly constricting and taking away all the room FaZe have to work with. Frozen and Brokey at some point had to make a decision to either get aggressive and break their way out of that cage. Otherwise, exactly what happened is going to occur. You just have no safe positions, no way to watch the various choke points and shut down back-to-back really, really weak post plants from FaZe. And that might be the cause of their elimination here in the semifinals. A timeout, the final timeout for FaZe. And we'll get back into the fight. 11-10, round 22. Still in this, still money on the FaZe side of things due to that early run in this half. You can see Poly Market there, the premier market for Blast rivals. We set up again for the push. FaZe gonna open this round slow.
Well, slow until a certain point as they head out middle now, but it's Na'Vi returning to form in mid, and there's always a risk when you send that many bodies through smokes at elbow into middle. FaZe went all in. They gambled on this one, but in Texas, Na'Vi will hold them to it. And Brokey is now gonna have to be all the way back in spawn with no chance at actually getting into this round. It'll be series point for Na'Vi coming up. And money in a tough spot for FaZe. Not everyone having cash. Some players will have a little bit more and actually be able to force out a rifle. The likes of Nate, you're sitting down on $600. It's important that Brokey hangs on to this AWP.
I think, unfortunately for FaZe, at the end of this game, they're going to be singing the same tune as when they lost in the group stage as well. If it feels like we didn't get the FaZe that we know we can deliver, that fast run that they had to start this half just comes to a crashing halt. They do have money still, so there's still that little bit of hope they can cling to. 2 chances they'll have to force overtime. And I don't know, Fort Worth, do you guys want overtime in here? Let's see if FaZe can bring us to it. Need some of that magic back. Not really getting into these clutch situations that helped them so well to start this half. The final chances for FaZe to stay alive in Fort Worth. And for Na'Vi, they're knocking on the door of the grand finals.
Quicker and more direct towards the A site from FaZe. All players over towards main, but we've got wonderful Wedding and Temple scoped up.
He's had a phenomenal series in these semifinals as well. A key to this Na'Vi team. If they commit to this attack phase, he'll be the point man. Makaze will slide over towards Donut. But Wonderful's looking to just get one kill before falling away.
Well, they go. Flashes are good. That keeps Wonderful off the angle for now. FaZe Clan have the opener, but can they hold on? Na'Vi can be so good, even with players down, but Frozen's impact off of Heaven has removed Makaze and really any chance of Na'Vi getting into this.
Yeah, and actually they even have Frozen set up on the other side of the map, ready to take more weapons out of their hands if they try and retreat. Money for Na'Vi as well, so last round is going to be a huge clash, full buy and full buy. Good kill from Bit to try and just escape. The FaZe have done it again, keeping it alive, nurturing that hope. And we'll go the full distance, all 24 rounds, to decide if we've got a grand finalist in Na'Vi or a third map forced by FaZe.
You wouldn't want it any other way. Every round required here on Ancient.
I feel like these extremity hits for FaZe have been pretty successful throughout this half, right? Like kind of like grouped up. We saw some pace changes from Twist towards B ramp, but it seems like going attacking directly at the bomb sites has been their biggest point of success.
When we require every single round here of Ancient, we'll find out if FaZe can pull this back into overtime or if Na'Vi are going to end their run here and now. Going in towards middle, Makaze tosses Util down towards the elbow, and FaZe not toying with a heavy commitment out here just yet. They have no desire for that because they're heading towards main.
Doing it again. Feel confident in it, but this time the defense is going to be a little bit stronger. Ima is going to be the one sliding over to Donut. Wonderful playing inside the bomb site. Actually, Makaze shifted away. Thought he would be a second player for Donut. So Frozen throwing out a little bit of a fake towards the B bomb site, but not going to fool anybody. Ima tries to play a checkmate position. Tough to clear, tough to handle when you've got other players attacking you as well.
He keeps his head away. Wonderful, no fool will realize they're pushing it towards main, but Ima out with two, swipes them away. FaZe down a player, utility landing on the site, and here they come, marching back in. Na'Vi trying to end it now.
Yeah, but Na'Vi's been so good in these retakes. Alexi being very cautious, so it's going to be late on him coming over to arrive to help out. They've been slow and calculated, and there's a good kill. Brokey can only get the one. Both players in A main.
Story has been building for FaZe Clan throughout this event. Can they pull it off one more time? The unthinkable down in a 2v3 to try and get overtime. It's now just Frozen left. The defuse being stuck. They bring it to the final line, but Na'Vi will bring this Fort Worth fairy tale crashing down to reality. They will be the team heading into the grand finals here in Texas. FaZe give us a good show, they give us a good run, but they could not outlast Natus Vincere.